Just the other day I finished building my custom double Lego police station that currently sits in the Lego City right over here by Town Hall. It's looking pretty good, but it is missing its counterparts. Those being the two buildings that sit on the left and right side of the original police station modular building. So on the left side we've got a purple like cafe that specializes in donuts, I believe. Donuts. It makes sense because it's right beside the police station, right? And then there's another one to the right of it, which is mostly actually police station, but out front of it is actually a little newspaper stand. So today I'm actually going to focus on building the purple cafe slash donut shop. So my police station is definitely supersized. It fits on a 32 by 32 base plate. The original modular building gives this cafe like 8 studs of like frontage there. So it's actually really small. I plan on doubling that. I'm going to be giving it a full 16 by 32 base plate. When customizing Lego modular buildings, I always like to keep the instructions nearby because of course I use them as a reference. I'm trying to keep as many of the original design concepts as possible when supersizing these buildings. And here is the ground floor of my cafe. So I've increased the size of the store frontage by quite a bit. The original design had the door, which is 4 studs, and then one of the 1x2x5 glass panels. And I've added 4 more glass panels. It's actually a really neat design. Those actually sit on brackets, and then you get these nice purple tiles on the face of those brackets. So it looks like those windows are inset a little bit. Pretty cool. Then we have the same style of awning, but the awning over top has been modified with the addition of the pieces that look like chocolate and caramel drizzle going over the front window and door. Also, the printed donut pieces look pretty cool on that awning as well. There's some nice knotwork in the original design. It looks really good. This building just has gray and purple and white, a little bit of reddish brown. A line of that, also some windows in the back here and a staircase going up to the 2nd floor. Just pretty basic sidewalls. They don't really matter. But there is some art that is mounted in the interior. They've got some donuts right there. And on this side, there's even some larger donuts. Donut art. There you go, on some circular plates. Just sort of takes up some of that wall space in there, otherwise the walls would look pretty plain. Now there is a place to sit right here. There's 3 like bar stools at the counter there, and then we have our counter with all the delicious baked goods behind. I have to find one more of those light pieces there. It's like the ice cream cone. Yeah, I've got to find one of those to finish off my lighting there, but that lighting has been increased in size, and same with the baking rack. There's cookies and donuts and chocolate chip cookies and chocolate swirls and marshmallows and croissants, cupcakes, all sorts of stuff, and it's been changed up a little bit from the original design as well. We've got our coffee right there, our pot of coffee with some cups, some stuff on the counter. You also notice that there are some Slurpee cups there as well. That's because there has been a Slurpee machine added to the cafe. And it's fully tiled off with purple and white checker, and then there's also the light gray behind the counter there. So definitely a good start to the Donut Cafe. Was really happy that I was able to give this place more square footage in the Lego City just because I love donuts. So there you go. So there is a staircase on the ground floor that will lead up to the 2nd floor, and that is where we're going to have a loft apartment. So this is the 2nd floor. It has that beautiful purple color with the white accents. Kept some of the original design elements, such as the windows. However, the windows, like there used to be 2x4, like that's all that was dedicated to windows. Now we have 2 large windows and then the smaller windows on top, and they're really nicely framed with the snot work found in the original set. It uses the snot bricks, 1x2 plates with a slide and then a tile, and that's on either side, and then those are framed with some tiles on the top there. However, this centerpiece between the windows was a real doozy to make, and you can see some of the snot work that was used to create that right there. And then the tiles go around those windows and just frame them nicely, and also the cheese slopes on the bottom, and there is some flowers out front of those really nice windows. I just really like the look of the face of this building, especially when the 2 floors are together. Definitely like the look of that. These colors just contrast so well, like this purple color with the white and also the dark brown windows, and then that awning as well. That's like the nougat and brown. You know, I really like the way that these colors are working together. You couldn't really get a good feel for it in this set here just because that building face was so small. But when you expand it out to 16 studs, it really pops. So you can take these very sketchy stairs up to the landing right here and then enter through that door that has a slight awning going over top of it there. And then we've got some interior details as well, such as a bathroom with a toilet, sink, mirror, and some toilet paper. And the walls are inset a little bit there just so we can actually see those details inside. That idea came from the police station, and I really liked that. Then we have a kitchen right here as well, nicely tiled off with the checker floor. There is a fridge, a drawer unit, a stove, and also a sink. And then right here there is a couch, a little carpet, and a cabinet with a TV and the plant just behind that. There is going to be a third floor. There is no way to access that third floor right now. It's going to be ladder access only. But the third floor is not done yet. I actually have to steal some dark brown windows, probably from the police station modular in the Lego City there, just because I could not find any more. But same concept here, exact same building structure. The only big difference is the addition of the windows back there and also the giant hole in the floor. This is a loft apartment. You take a ladder up to the top here where we have a little record player, some more carpet, and also a little bed. And it's nicely fenced off there, and you'll see that that makes sense when it is placed on top of the second floor there. So you can see that I was running low on some parts there. I still experience part constraints no matter how many parts I have. I always don't have enough parts to do exactly what I want to do. But this purple color I ran out of, so I actually just put some light gray on the sidewalls. You won't really see that unless I pull it out like this, unless I show you, because it's going to be right up against some buildings, right? And then we have a back window here that have an awning going over top that's just mounted using some snot bricks. Very simple. And then underneath that there is a layer of the 1x2 plates with the slide. Before I pop this one on here, I just want to talk about the floor design. So it's actually 21 studs. So you got 20 studs of light gray. There's some 8x8 plates in the front there. And then it goes around with 1x plate. And underneath the light gray is white, and that's actually what's supporting it. And my 21st stud is actually popping off the front of it there, and it's tiled off. And that's actually the support white plate underneath. And that's the same with this floor here. So it's actually from the original design as well. I thought that was brilliant because it's 21 studs, which is awkward, but you have 20 studs of light gray. It's reinforced with the white that extends off the face of the building by one stud, and then you tile it off. I just thought that was super easy and actually made it easy to make this odd shaped floor, which is 21 studs, because it's always hard working in odd numbers. With the third floor placed, this building becomes quite tall. I love the frontage of it. Yeah, it's just growing on me. It is not growing on me, it's actually better than what I expected. But it's funny because there's that big hole in this floor, you can look down like into the kitchen and into the bathroom. Well, you'd have to be eagle-eyed to actually look into the bathroom from the loft, so that's okay. I mean, I guess I could cap that, but whatever, right? This is Lego, you want to be able to look in there. But it's really neat how you can see the details there, like in the bedroom, and then you can sort of look down here and see the details in there as well, like the kitchen and the TV and the couch and that ladder. So it's really neat. Like this design is actually pretty sweet. Like I know it feels like incomplete, but it's neat how you can actually just pop the roof off and have a look at absolutely everything. And it's just like a little studio apartment. Pretty neat. I don't know if I'd want to take the ladder up to bed every night or the ladder down when I'm exhausted, but hey, why not? This is Lego. I think it's pretty fun and it looks brilliant. And guess what? The roof is also constructed. So once again, took the original design with those inverted arches, the jumper and the egg. It looks like mine's coming apart here a little bit. Just gotta push that back on. But this is that same thing that I was talking about. You see the additional stud coming off. You can actually see it better on the roof. Honestly, a very simplistic design, but I think it looks really good. You can see some of the supporting plate on the bottom there. I love the design of it, and also the little water tower. And when I place that on here, it just sort of finishes the building off very nicely, and that thing is actually pretty tall. One thing I will say though is I think I have 3 or 4 police stations in my collection. Could be wrong, but I have the original one, the Daily Press, which I parted out, and then I believe there's 1 or 2 in that building there, maybe just 1. That's the Dinos exhibition. But yeah, so I have a lot of police stations in my collection, so that's why I have so much of this weird purple brick and a lot of these components to build something like this, because this is just such a small like piece of this set. So because I have all of those purple pieces, I was able to build something like this. Would you be able to build this and the other police station that I built using 2 police stations? Absolutely not. You have to use a lot of parts from your own inventory, but that's sort of just what I did. I looked at the instructions and just built away. Let's take a look at it beside the police station because I need to rob those dark brown windows. And this is funny, I actually see them right there on the top floor on the back side of the police station, right beside the Soaps and Studs advertisement. It's crazy how substantial these two buildings are when they're placed side by side. So the cool thing is I've taken two police stations, which used to be my city. One was the police station, one was the Daily Press. And essentially when I'm done building the next half baseplate modular, it's going to take up two baseplates. So the same amount of space. That's what I really like. Now, somebody mentioned in the previous video about my police station that all I'm doing is changing the scale of the Lego city, but not really, because this is all the same scale. It's still minifig scale, right? All I've done is just increase the size of the buildings. And for example, when you take a look at an older modular building, such as Town Hall, the interesting thing is now the police station is the same size as the Town Hall, which is still part of the modular building lineup and still part of the same sort of city scale. Now, what they used to do is they used to just focus on the modular building. If it was Town Hall, you got Town Hall. If it was a fire brigade, you got a fire brigade. Or if it was a diner, you got a diner, right? Same with the Grand Emporium and the Palace Cinema. That was the old way of doing things. But what I've noticed is they've started changing it. And now, instead of just getting a police station, I guess, well, even the boutique hotel. When you get the boutique hotel, you also got the El Cubo Fine Art gallery, right? So now what they're doing is they're saying, okay, we're going to give you this police station, but it's going to have two other smaller components. So rather than focusing on the large structure, they're focusing on multiple structures or facades, which is, I don't know, I guess beneficial in some ways, but not beneficial in other ways. So now what I'm doing is sort of breaking them apart. Now we have a police station and also a half baseplate cafe. And pretty soon we're going to have a half baseplate newspaper press shop as well. But there you go. This is a really good image right here, just sort of showcasing the size of the new and improved police station and cafe with the town hall. And just for the fun of it, why don't we add the fire brigade into the mix? So essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking the modular buildings and making them old school by increasing the size of them, which I'm extremely excited about. There's just so much more frontage and they look fantastic. I can't wait to continue doing this with even more modular buildings in my Lego city. So my next task is to create City Press. That's going to be the name of the sand, green, and brown modular building, which was the other counterpart to the police station. You know what? I'm not even going to place these because I want to place them all when I get that building constructed. But there we have my new donut cafe placed next to the police station, fire brigade, and town hall. What do you think, everybody? I'm pretty excited about this new project in the Lego City, and I can't wait to continue. So make sure you remember to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. Farewell!